Kanye West, a name that once symbolized musical genius, cultural influence, and cutting-edge fashion, but in recent years it's become synonymous with controversy, backlash, and cancellation. How did one of the most influential artists of our time go from Grammy-winning superstar to one of the most controversial figures in pop culture? The answer isn't as simple as it seems. Let's break it down. Before we dive into the recent scandals, we need to understand that Kanye's controversial streak isn't new. It has always been a part of his persona, long before cancel culture was even a thing. Firstly, the 2005 George Bush controversy. During a live telethon for Hurricane Katrina relief, Kanye went off script and famously declared, "George Bush doesn't care about black people." The internet exploded. While some praised him for speaking out, others felt it was reckless and inappropriate. Even George Bush later admitted it was one of the most upsetting moments of his presidency. And with all this came the 2009 Taylor Swift VMA incident. Fast forward to 2009, Kanye took controversy to a whole new level when he stormed the MTV Video Music Awards stage to interrupt Taylor Swift's acceptance speech. "Yo Taylor, I'm really happy for you and I'ma let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time." This moment instantly became one of the most talked about events in pop culture history. It marked Kanye as unpredictable and disrespectful, with many considering it the moment his public downfall truly began. One of the biggest reasons Kanye keeps facing backlash is his unpredictable and controversial political statements, like in 2016, endorsing Donald Trump. When Kanye openly supported Donald Trump, it sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. His infamous meeting with Trump at the Oval Office in 2018, where he wore a MAGA hat and delivered an erratic speech, left fans confused and outraged. Many saw it as a betrayal, especially within the black community. Things took an even stranger turn when Kanye announced he was running for president. His campaign events were bizarre, and his emotional breakdown during a speech about abortion left many questioning his mental stability. One of the most shocking moments in Kanye's career came in 2018 when he stated during a TMZ interview, "When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice." The backlash was instant. Fans, celebrities, and historians all condemned his words, calling them insensitive and historically ignorant. Kanye's recent downfall hit its peak when he made a series of anti-Semitic remarks. In 2022, he tweeted that he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram suspended him almost immediately. He doubled down on his comments and interviews, expressing admiration for Adolf Hitler and denying the Holocaust. This was met with universal outrage. He wore controversial symbols and even appeared in public wearing attire that resembled the Ku Klux Klan. The backlash was overwhelming. Adidas, Balenciaga, Gap, and several other brands cut ties with him, effectively ending his multi-billion-dollar Yeezy empire. With Kanye's increasing erratic behavior, businesses were left with no choice but to distance themselves. Adidas ended its partnership with Kanye, costing him an estimated $1.5 billion in net worth. Balenciaga and Gap immediately severed ties. Def Jam Recordings dropped him as an artist. Even his bank, JP Morgan Chase, refused to do business with him anymore. Kanye's issues weren't just in the music and fashion industry. His own private school, Donda Academy, became the subject of a major lawsuit. Former teachers accused Kanye of running an unsafe and chaotic environment, forcing students to eat sushi every day and forbidding chairs. The lawsuit claimed wrongful termination and unpaid wages, which only added to his growing legal troubles. With all these happening came his personal life and family drama. Kanye's personal life also played a major role in his public perception, like his divorce from Kim Kardashian, which many say broke him and provoked Kanye's public harassment of Kim and her new boyfriend Pete Davidson, turning him into a villain in the eyes of many. Then came custody battles with his social media rants about not seeing his kids painted him as unstable. While Kanye has openly discussed his bipolar disorder, some believe he uses it as an excuse for his reckless behavior, causing further questions from people about his mental struggles. With everything said, what next for the future of Kanye West and his Yeezy empire? Can Kanye ever come back from this? Well, if the story of Kanye has proven something, is that Kanye simply cannot be canceled. Who knows, with the never giving up nature of Kanye, we can as well expect anything, because Kanye has proven to be tough and strong whenever he's faced with adversity. And while some die-hard fans still support him, his brand is permanently damaged after his billion-dollar deal with Adidas, Balenciaga, and Gap were completely cut. The music industry, What's even more crazy is distancing itself, and major platforms are reluctant to work with him. How on earth did we get to this point where Kanye is being dropped by Def Jam Recordings completely cutting ties with him? However, Kanye is unpredictable. If history tells us anything, he will find a way to stay in the headlines, whether it's through music, politics, or another controversy. Kanye West's story is anything but ordinary. He's been a musical genius, a cultural icon, a billionaire fashion mogul, and now one of the most controversial figures in modern history. But here's the real question: is Kanye truly canceled? Or is he just playing a game that nobody else understands? Think about it. Every time Kanye gets canceled, he somehow finds a way back. After the Taylor Swift incident, he dropped My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, one of the most critically acclaimed albums of all time. When people doubted him as a designer, he turned Yeezy into a multi-billion-dollar empire. Even after losing deals with Adidas and Balenciaga, he still managed to make headlines. Because at the end of the day, Kanye is the headline. But here's where things get complicated. Is Kanye a misunderstood genius who refuses to be silenced? Or is he his own worst enemy, constantly destroying everything he builds? His supporters say he's just too real for an industry that thrives on fakeness. His critics argue that his actions are reckless, harmful, and beyond redemption. But what do you think? And here's an even bigger question. If Kanye never stops, if he keeps pushing boundaries and getting canceled over and over again, at what point does canceling him stop working? Can someone be so controversial that they become immune to controversy itself? One thing's for sure, whether you love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. And maybe that's exactly what he wants. Now, we want to hear your thoughts. Is Kanye West a fallen genius or just a master of chaos? Do you think he'll ever make a real comeback, or has he gone too far this time? Drop your opinions in the comments, and if you want more deep dives into pop culture's most shocking moments, don't forget to subscribe, because trust me, there's more eye-opening stories that you never want to miss, as this story is far from over. See you in the next. Bye!